traders, and welcome to a great edition of awesomecallstrading.com. I am your host, AJ Trader 7. I'm AJ. I'm one of the moderators in this great room alongside Darkside, Janny, Pete Trades, Raphael, JT, James, Fire, uh, Adam, uh, Dave the Trader, Janny. Hey, I'm just part of the group, part of the gang. Today, I got 100%. I did. The room rewarded me with that all-elusive 100% trophy. I felt like I won the Academy Awards today. And the key was just, again, getting up where everyone sleeps. I'm working. That's what I do, you know? And, it's constantly reading, constantly evolving, trying to get better, study, you know? And, and that's just what I do, And I think where my success truly comes is I love what I do. I love opening up the books last night and just 7 new subs. I mean, what does that say? They're coming from everywhere, coming back. I mean, they're coming home. I mean, this is home. I mean, this room has been around 6 years plus. Going to be going on 7. I've been trading for going on 16. Believe it or not, I trade with traders, seasoned pros that really understand how to read things. And what I love about our room is we complement each other. Like today, I sit back and Fire will take over the room when he can. Like he takes over for an hour when I leave. And I just listen. I shut up and I just listen. I listen how he talks and what he's looking for. And then Janny in the morning. I mean, he uh, phenomenal, phenomenal. Just he's a gift. You know, just his knowledge of top ticking the stock, what he's looking for, and then how he sees the short side of it, why, you know, and he's constantly teaching. That's what I love about him. And dark side. I mean, what can I say? I mean, just 10 minutes listening to him, I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I need to go back to study hall. Okay, it's just it's the truth. Okay, but I have my own style. And I'm very unique. I'm very different. I don't have a filter. At least I try to have a filter. But I'm emotional in the sense that I trade live. It's my money. I have to pay my bills. You know, and I want people to learn. I want people to become the very best day trader out there. And day trading is how if you're really good at what you do, you have the ability to make a tremendous living. And living could be based on 100 a day or 1,000 a day or 5,000 a day or 10,000. And believe me, there's people that make 5 or 10,000 a day in this business. Trust me. Just day trading, knowing the movement of stock, higher the count. What's the difference between doing 100 shares and 10,000 shares? They know what they're doing. Okay, they know how to play the game. In here, this is a pros pro room. This is where the elite come. Option players, equity players. This is it. You don't go any higher than this. This is like PhD class. And so today we called it out really, really good. We gave IMRN was our number one call today. BPTH, CGNX, WTFC, some earnings plays. So we had a mix of earnings. We played out, small cap, mid cap, large cap. I mean, Tesla had production numbers. We played that to perfection. GLPG was still gapping up. We had some really great calls today. So I'm going to start with our number one trade in the chat room today. This was IMR earnings blowout. They had earnings blowout, but they didn't really give strong guidance. And because they didn't give guidance, we in Awesome Calls Trading made the decision the stock would be sell off to $5 and under. And as much as it was really nice, it moved this morning almost 100%. It still really didn't matter. At the end of the day, there were too much bag holders holding the stock. They didn't provide the guidance. So all you really needed to go in there was scale in, short, get a decent size, and just write it down. You didn't need to do 100 trades, 30 trades, scalp 30 times, because we know where the direction of the stock's going to go. All right. And so this was our number one pick today. And here's the stock right here. Bag holder city down here, as you can see. So we called for the pop it open towards 7.5, scale in short, and write it down to 5 and under. Stock was right now 419 and heading right back to about 380 to fill this full gap. One trade, maybe two trades tops, take money on the way down. And if you're a baller and you're in this room, you literally will take 5 or 10,000 shares and make $15,000 in one day on one trade. You don't need to scalp it 100 times. It's funny. When this thing popped, I just laughed at it. And I told the traders I don't trust it and I don't see the volume. I wasn't comfortable with the volume, and therefore I didn't see a big player coming in here wanting to take the trade. So we did not trade that one. I mean, sorry, we didn't go long the stock. We shorted the stock. That's why we made it our number one pick. I have to give a shout out to Words too, because there is no question this was a great play today by Raphael and the great B trades today. These two individuals just knocked this one out of the park in the room. Apron has made an agreement to start using Beyond's products. And it was not on my list, but it was on their list. And that's why they're amazing moderators. And they found it and they saw the breakout with volume right around here, as you can see. Morning, it broke out to a flag, and they were long, I believe, right around this $9 area, 9.50, and they just walked it up. Each time they kept going, and this. Remember now, this is a broken down stock with a lot of short sellers in here, a lot of them, hoping the stock would go to zero bankrupt, and so they had to get out. So it caused a nice even squeeze and squeeze it all the way to 1365. Nice sell-off now. Really a wonderful trade. Needs to be highlighted. Needs to be patted on the back for their amazingness. The other stock that I really enjoyed playing today when watching was CDNA. This was given by Adam the News. I believe Janny and Darkside, all the mods, I believe, threw this out. I think Adam had it first, if I can remember right. CDNA was just an amazing call. And Kurzweil is a short seller, and we recognize that short seller. It's like a citron, and the alert was given actually in the room right here. This is the alert. It came in. I can actually put the time scope. You'll see it when I do the chart tonight at 6:59 a.m. And I believe Adam and Darkside both had it at that moment. So what I did is I did not particularly like it in the beginning because I wanted it. You don't short right away. You wait for the pop. Sometimes they'll go all the way up in gap fill. But once they pop, you could scale in, and once they break out the lows again, I could see that a 3250 was coming, and I did call that out in the room. Um, I think James Bolton played this, and he tweeted it out, but I did call 3250 to hit, and it actually hit 3175. Really great, great. I mean, this one you could size in, take 2,000 to 3,000 shares, and just enjoy a nice ride down for about $9,000 in fees. It's really great trade. Have to give props where they're due. The other one we did today was CGNX. This was actually a downgrade to sell rating, but because our room is so amazing, we did not call a short on the stock. We called a long at around 39 and 40 today. We did indicate it would probably gap fill and go higher, and there's a big win in the chat room, as you can see, and we had this as an item number. I believe we put this as number 3. Goldman Sachs had a sell rating to 36. We wanted the stock to go long all day to 42.50 or more, and that's what it did. And we even said anything in the 39 area is a buying opportunity, and it hit 39.89. Wonderful trade in the room today. Well done, well executed, and very happy. One of our very fun stocks that we did today that we would like to highlight to all of you was Domino's Pizza. And we really, we understand earnings. We play them all the time. And Domino's Pizza was simply a gift, a Christmas gift for us this morning. I played this personally. I played Domino's almost on every quarter. And I made it very clear that Domino's Pizza would get bought up today and come about half of the gap down. If you want to look, you see how the gap pulled 18 points. I figured we get about a 9 to 10 point push. I was looking at 260 on the stock today and then a sell off. And I made it very clear when I walked in the chat room, I really wanted everyone to start participating in the trade. And around this time right here when I walked in, it was right here when I walked in. And right there. I walked in it right here and I said, I'd be long right now, 250, 251, start buying the stock. The stock will pop to 260 at the open. And you want to see me? I'll show you right here. Domino's Pizza. And this stock, buy the long 252, and this will go to 260. You see, that's what makes a room. The ability for the person that you're paying good money for to look at a stock and make that determination where it's going to go before it even gets there. Imagine that for a second, being in a room like that, being surrounded by a real proven trader that can really just, he not only is trading it with you, but he sees it and he explains it. I think that's the most important aspect of day trading is really trying to understand. And it didn't matter how bad Domino's missed, okay? It didn't matter. It didn't matter how bad they missed. What matters to Dom was the fact that Domino's has a lot of short sellers in there, and they'll cover when they're down 18 points. That's what they live for. That 9, 10 points on that cover, I mean, they're making good money. Okay, and that's exactly what they did today. They covered at the open. So that was a really good one, Domino's Pizza. For about, I think we got 10 points, 11, 12 points on that trade. All right, so that was a very, 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 very good trade. Another shout out would have to go to BPTH. A lot of traders made good money on this one today. This one made our list today because it got an upgrade. Now, the upgrade the analysts who did it, um, they do laundry for me on, they just, I'm not fans of them. Let's just put it this way. I am not a fan of HC Wainwright. Okay. But you can't deny their $28 price target. I can't. And BPTH is a former runner. So former runner, upgrade stock, and what's last but not least, stock is upgraded. The stock is gapping up. So that gave me all the elements. Those three things told me the stock is in play today. Now, where the shout out goes to was I wanted the stock to pop at the open to 15. I made it very clear. This is going to pop to 15 because short sellers are going to want to get out real quick. Then it's going to pull down about 13.50. When it does, bottom curl it and go long back to 15.16. What I liked about it was while I was trading a bunch of other stocks, the Great Fire, he had this on his, I believe he also had it on his watch list himself. And he caught the gap up just like I did. But what I liked is his guidance in the chat room today that he saw this 1380 base and he started taking position and he let the chat room know. And he gave the conference to a lot of traders to take the call as well. And for me, I was still looking for a little bit more downside, but it really bottomed out right around here. It rejected this 1380 area. So he clearly had it really nice, and the risk was only going to be down to 13. And but I want you to see how it opened. As soon as it opened, the market opened. Remember I said it would go to 15? You see the 15 how it hit? So you would scale in short, take 1,000 shares, bam, you made $1,000 in less than probably 10 minutes of work, 6, 7, 8 minutes. You could have covered here and went long. You could have played it two ways. And we wanted 15 to 60. Now, I didn't give this stock, oh my God, it's going to go to 20. It's going to go to 25. Oh my God, it's going to go to 30. I was really realistic because I was looking at the pre-market volume. I was watching the buyers. Um, and I just felt comfortable. This was a $15, $16 stock. And I was right. After today, I won't play it anymore because it'll probably just die off and head right back down to 14 and under. It's not. This is not like a Goldman or Bank of America call. This is just one of your garden variety. Here's an upgrade. Get a pop on it. Get some volume. That's it. It's not a big deal. I'm going to give you two quick ones before I go. We are earning season now, and one of the things I really want to really stress to you in our room is the ability to understand earnings before they come out. When they come out, how to play the stocks. And this one here really caught my attention. WTFC, and right here was the other one, ARW. These were on my list today. And now this is where, you know, this is what makes the room so special. Is the ability to understand the stock and read through the earnings report. Now, in some rooms, somebody could have called this as a short and just tried to add into it, add into it, add into it. In our room, we saw it as a long because it was already gapping down. And it's not because it was gapping down, it's because the earnings report, the way it was written, and the way the CEO highlighted certain areas of it, it told us in this room that the stocks were long out of the gate. And so much so that we really had precise where they were going to go. So let's just say WTFC. So I said any pull at the open towards 63, scale in long and take it to $66. If you look clearly, 63, 66. How do you know that? It was written right in the pre-market list, how to play the stock. Earnings miss, but I like it. Pulls to 63, the stock will go to 66. It laid it out for everyone, okay? So this way, if it pulled, all you had to do is wait for that 63 touch, start scaling in 100, 200, 300 shares, whatever you're comfortable with to get started. If it pulled a little bit more, you didn't have to worry. I gave it a little bit of room, and when it popped, you got 1.5 to 2 points. On ARW, I said this one definitely will open to 67. There was no ands, ifs, or buts. So I wanted you to long in pre-market, and if it pulled to 60, smile and think about it like Christmas, like snowflakes coming down on your face, and you're smiling because in the end, this was going to go to 67. I read the report, and even though they gave profit warning cuts based on how the report was written and what the CEO said, I determined the stock would probably still settle around 67. Okay. So I called for a long on that one to 67. So if you were in our great chat room, you would have simply bought 200 shares to start, added on any weakness, and guess what? It hit 67 right there. You see that? This is what we do. This is what will always separate us from any chat room in the world. The ability to understand how to read through an earnings report to determine whether it go up or down, short or long. But most important, before I even came on to do this webinar, I had to explain to the great traders in here. So because we have earnings season, we're starting tomorrow night. I mean, we're in it, but starting tomorrow, Netflix hits and it's on. And the Apples and the Googles and all the other stuff. So, and it's really important that a trader has the ability to trade everything. You know, there's certain rooms out there that they'll trade only Facebook and Amazon and Nvidia and the same stuff every day. Their appetite doesn't change because they're only trained to do one thing and they want to make it simple, stupid. For us, we want to trade everything. That's what will always separate us is because we want everyone to trade from a $2 stock to a $2,000 stock. You want to trade options, you want to trade puts, you want to trade equity, it doesn't matter. We will find you the trade, we'll find you swing ideas, we'll find you great ideas, and make you a lot of money. And that's our room. This is what makes us so special. All right. So I want to thank you for joining us for the last 20 minutes. It was really fun. I hope to see you tomorrow. All you gotta do is click here. And I want to give a shout out to Ollie Biggs today. Ollie is one of our traders. He came here 4 months ago, and he is just simply on a roll. He only has a $500 account. That's it. $500. He gets 14,000 buying power. He has a group of traders that he helps during the day and during the morning. And today he took BPTH along with the Great Fire and myself, and he made over $598. Isn't that incredible? Isn't that fun? And it's inspiring, if anything. And I want to give a shout out to Ollie Bix for that. And all the traders that did really well today. I mean, traders just, I mean, Dave, Jay, Mike Purdue. Come on, Mike Purdue, $495. I mean, I'm so proud of you. I really am, Mike. Brawley did great today. Brawley likes to show you his executions. Um, Hector A, trade net. And actually, you only need 399, Hector. 349, 399. Just hit up um, Ollie. And if you're an annual, I'll fund it for you. Okay. And I'll give you briefing for 6 months. So, and I want to give a shout out to JD Bolt. He took the CDNA trade for 2.5 points. He just listened to me. I said, "Oh, this is 32.50." Shorted the stock. They made good money. And just I can go on and on and on. And Max performed. Look at Max today. Over $2,268 on BPTH. Isn't that phenomenal? This is what we do. And this is it. We are inspiring. All of us. It's what we do. Okay. All right. So I will see you tomorrow. Thank you. If you want to be part of our great room, just click, boom, and you're done. You're in the room. 25 a day, 100 a week, 197 or $6. If you're an annual, I will pay for your platform up to $500 and give you 6 months of briefing scan service as well. Briefing in Play is a source I use. I love them. And I always try to educate traders how to use that service. All right. Thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow.